Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a warm welcome from Hillheads as the Warriors are back on home ice taking on the Sutton Sting. I'm Adam Matman, and making his seasonal debut is Daniel Orr. Dan, how's it going, my friend?
Yeah, spot on, Adam. Blowing the cobwebs off my microphone for the beginning of the season. Been working away, so I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing how Queenan fits into the squad with him after his stint abroad. And good to see Longstaff rolling back the years with his goals in the last few games. So it's been a decent start.
Yeah, he's leading the team in scoring. He got another goal last night, so that takes him for 6th for the season. So it's his best he's played in, 2 or 3 years, really.
Yeah, I've noticed he's been shooting the puck a lot more than he usually does, and he don't score unless he shoots. So full props to him, and it's been a good start, yeah, definitely.
And certainly that top line with Dean Holland centering and Ben Campbell on the opposite wing, that's really the line that's been most productive for Warrior so far. Yeah,
it's a dangerous line now. Nice to see Campbell's back out there. His speed's always venomous for the opposition. He's great down the outside, and he harms every team that he comes up against.
Yeah, with Richie Lawson on holiday, it means Jordan Boyle gets another start between the pipes, and it's good. I mean, he had a very strong game last night. He wasn't happy about something. Now he's ready, and it looks like we're about to get underway. And indeed we are ahead here with Sutton, who are going to take a shot from distance. He's going to test the gloves of Jordan Boyle. Abby Harley will leave it for Josh Maddock. Maddock with the stretch pass to David Longstaff. Gets a lucky bounce off the defenceman there, and he'll kick out Ben Campbell, and then Dean Holland right on the doorstep, but good save in the end by the goalie.
Yeah, nice early chance there for the first line. Good passing between Holland and Longstaff there with a chance at the back post for Campbell, but unlucky good save by the Sutton keeper.
Yeah, Winters, who played the game against Warriors last Saturday in Sheffield, and he was a busy man that night. Jordan Barnes getting behind his man, couldn't quite gather the puck in though, and that just allows the defenceman to recover there and head back the other way, tries to get it out, but Callum Watson and Ben Richards out there keeping it in. Watson on the left wing. Pressure coming in on him from Yardley. And then Watson once again. Gets it back to Barnes. Now Watson again. Cycles it round, goes for on the near side, but there's a narrow angle. I don't think he's ever going to squeeze it past Winters there. And then a shot comes in off the right post from Jordan Barnes. And then Greetown's with a follow-up. And it's all Warriors in this opening minute or so here.
Some good play there, some good pace and play, cycling in the corners, and the Warriors were unlucky not to get a result of 2 opportunities they had there.
Yeah, Greetown's not able to control that puck in, allows Sutton to get a break on here. They'll shoot on sight here just to try and take the pressure off themselves, allow them to make a line change as well. And back they'll come once more Warriors, but that's a bad turnover at neutrals in the neutral zone. And a shot coming in from the left wing will be covered up by Ball, and for all the Warriors' pressure, it's probably Ball who's had to pull off the most amount of saves in his first couple of minutes.
Yeah, Boyle's had a good early touch of the puck a couple of times there, nothing to worry him too much, but some good opportunities by the Warriors there, some good pressure, some good cycling and deep in the zone, and a couple of good opportunities in the high slot, so yeah, good first shift.
Yeah, Payat wins it. David Payat, obviously no relation to Andre Payet, but he started his career with the Sheffield Spartans when they were still in existence, and he's continued his career in Sheffield, as we'll get another stoppage on the play. And just a frozen puck in the defensive end, wasn't it?
Yeah, just held it up against the boards there. Tim Hopkins started on the board, but dead puck's called and it'll be a face off in the Warriors zone.
Yeah, there's a bit of a late change. I think nobody told Payat that he was going. It's going to be Morris who will take the draw. And referee not happy with that, he'll order a retake. Bit of encroachment perhaps before the puck was dropped.
Yeah, it was a pretty bad drop by the linesman as well, so it was a bit of a blunder on all behalf.
And we'll go again then. So it's Longstaff Holland who wins the draw. And Longstaff has it now. He'll go for the stretch pass, tried to play in Ben Campbell, but good defensive work by Scott, who read the pass well, picked it off, and the Sting will look to try and carry this out with Morris, who's upended there by David Longstaff, and he knows straight away. he's been there and done it all, and he knew that was a penalty.
Yeah, the Sutton Sting guy, he just dropped the shoulder, and Longstaff was caught flat-footed, swept his legs away, and he'll take a 2-minute sit in the box there for a penalty.
Yeah, you can see the grimace on his face. He knew straight away what he'd done.
Yeah, it was. As soon as he reacted, he knew he tripped the guy. So yeah, definite penalty.
Yeah, and it's the Sting who come out with it in the Warriors zone. Nixon across to Ralph, who's on a two-way contract with the Steel Dogs, and that one was a rising shot, took a deflection, and we'll get a face-off once again, but that'll burn the first few seconds off the clock.
Yeah, still waiting for that one to land. It went really high up off the deflection, and it's somewhere halfway down the cricket field just now.
I think it is, yeah. Would have woke the pigeons up a little bit. Payat goes in for the draw, and the puck's dropped. It's the Warriors who come out with it. Harry Hardy goes into the corner, Morris with him, and I believe that's one of the imports there with him as well in the corner. I think it was Palak. And then another Sting player goes down, but this time no call on Josh Maddock. Across to Ralph, he'll rim one along the boards. And then back to Palak again. Couldn't quite get a good connection. That allows Jordan Barnes just to clear it out the zone. And Ralph will have to drop back. Allows both teams to make a line change though. It's a relatively small bench for the Sting. Only 14 players. One of them's a goalie. So I'm assuming 4 lines plus maybe a third forward line. And the shot comes in, but he's never going to beat Boyle on the near side. Ralph across to the other side of the rink now, and the Warriors getting a good interception there with Smedley. That'll be chased into the corner by the Sting, with Carl Ross in there as well. Lashek looking to try and get it out. He's the second of the imports for the Sting. To Scott now, will he fire? He will. Traffic in front of the net. He was getting screened there, Boyle, and again another great save. I don't know how he saw that second one, because he had 4 or 5 bodies in front of him. Yeah,
that was a big shot by Scott from the point there, and it caught, I'm not quite sure which Warrior it was. It was Greenhands, I think. It caught him up high. I thought he might have lost a couple of teeth there, but he wasn't spitting as he come off the ice, so he looks okay there.
Yeah, it was a good stop, and either way it certainly helped Boyle, but in some ways as well it was a hindrance because he couldn't see, but either way he made the 2 saves, and that's great goaltending by Jordan Boyle. And then Nixon tried to just stab that one across the crease, and then they went near side once again, as the Sting are making good use of his power play. They've had their opportunities. 20 seconds to go for Warriors to kill off. Johnson with the heavy check there, and then another shot come through the crease. That was a golden opportunity there for the Sting, but they might rue to have missed that opportunity.
Yeah, it was number 14, is it? Morris, yeah, he had a golden opportunity in the high slot, but the puck wouldn't sit for him, and he didn't catch it with the full of his might for that shot, but good opportunity again. Warriors
back to full strength. David Longstaff will come straight to the bench, allows Ben Richards to come on as another shot from distance. And the Sting sort of have 2 ways of playing, don't they? At even strength, happy just to get it out the zone, fire it in on Boyle and get it out their zone, where it's not going to be cool for icing. And then when they've got the man advantage, it's when they come alive, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's what the tactics are at the beginning of this game, a bit dump and chase, but that's a good opportunity there. Was it Richards?
Yeah, it was, just come flying in, the babyface assassin. Great opportunity, but and also a good save by the goalie.
Yeah, good to see him back this season as well, Richards. He was always a good player, and he had a season out last year, so it's good to see him back on the ice.
Yeah, Winters with the save there. It was point blank range as well, but the play's back at the other end now. Warriors have to be careful here. Another good save by Boyle. Stopped it dead in its tracks, but then was quick to smother out that rebound as well.
Yeah, great save by Boyle there. I mean, it was caught with some ferocity, that shot there, and he was equal to it. Come out to cut the angle down and smothered the rebound. So yeah, good save.
So we'll get another face-off then in the Warriors zone. Payat goes in once more, and he's got Dean Holland, I believe, with him. It's going to be the Sting who win it, back to the point. Payat will go into the corner with Holland. Holland just about put his man off to force a turnover. And then back to the point for Lashek to fire in, but a good stop by Boyle once again. In fact, I think it was Palak with a shot, not Lashek.
From that exact same area as well, the Warriors need to be careful in that high slot. They're giving it a lot of time. Whichever guy it is, when it's coming to that high slot, he's left alone, and he's got free pickings on the goal. So another good save by Boyle, but we need to pick up that high man.
Yeah, absolutely. As it's going to be Morris who goes in for a draw this time. Warriors win it through Carl Ross, and they'll come out with Harry Hardy now. He will carry the puck out the zone through the neutral zone into the final third, but just ran into Lloyd Gibson there, couldn't control. Ross Murray now on the puck. Across to Maddock. Maddock will fire it in. Along the boards, got his first goal last weekend in a Warriors jersey. But disappointing for him, I guess, those 2 games against Solway. I'm sure he would have loved to have got a couple of wins against his old team. But it's still early days for him in a Warriors team. He's still getting used to his teammates, but good acquisition, you'd say, wouldn't you?
Yeah, what was the story about him signing? Did he just fancy the change, or has he moved house? Or?
Yeah, I believe it's just because the Sharks have put a team in the SNL instead of having their second team, the Stingrays, and it would have meant playing 68 games, I think, for over the 2 campaigns. It's just too many games for him to
I
commit
understand,
to.
it's fair enough.
But it's Solway's loss is very much the Warriors' gain, as Greetowns will drop back. And, almost put into a little bit of pressure there by Palak, and again, the Slovakians trying to force a turnover from Big Rowley. Campbell couldn't quite control that one. And now it's back with Sutton, who will just fire that one in through Scott, just gets it into the Warriors zone. Longstaff's open. If Holland can find him, he'll go around Payat. But then he's picked out Ben Campbell instead, who's got behind the defence, and can he finish? No, it's just trapped under the pads by Winters, but a great flowing move and a great break out there.
It was, yeah. Campbell catching all the Sting's defence flat-footed again with his pace down the outside. Nice pass into him, and he's coming on the keeper. It's bobbled around a little bit, jumping over his stick, but he tried to find his way underneath the goalkeeper, but the keeper smothered it, so good opportunity though.
Yeah, Holland wins the draw, and Sting were almost away there. Holland gets a pass from Longstaff, fires over a top. Campbell collects in the corner, flicks it onto Longstaff behind the net. Longstaff once again centres it, but Campbell eased away by the defending of the Sting. Still with Campbell though, and he'll have to come out the zone. He's lost his foot in, and the Warriors will have to retreat quickly here out of the offside. And they've done that, but the Sting will recover possession and they'll look to get the clearance. No goals here in the first 7.5 minutes, but Warriors just about edging it, apart from those 2 minutes on the penalty kill, as Pye will have to win this just ahead of Crawshaw, which he does. Pye off the boards. Murray got as well, and then that will force a stoppage.
Yeah, Emerson letting a few things go there. I mean, there was a couple of claims for hooks there, and there was a little bit of handbags and stuff, but Emerson looks like he's letting the game flow, which he normally does, and yeah, it's good to see because it keeps it flowing, and it's good for the fans. Face off in the Warriors zone.
Yep, and we're back underway then. Warriors looking to get the fast break out there with Callum Queenan. He's still finding himself as well, having had 3 years out in Canada, so a bit of readjustment, obviously, having played a different style of hockey out there.
Yeah, I'm sure the ice surfaces he's been playing on a lot better, but it'll be good to get back home for him, and yeah, he's a good addition. He's got great hands, he's very nimble on his feet and light hands. He's a good player.
He certainly is, yeah, as Maddock will receive the pass from Ross straight from the draw. Murray looks to hack that one clear, but can't quite get it out, and then a shot from distance from Palak, that will be covered up by Jordan Boyle with just over 12 minutes remaining in this opening period. Yeah,
Palak certainly got a hold of that one from the blue line, but Boyle had a good view of it all the way through and smothered it on the first attempt.
Yeah, so Lashek is going to be double shifting here. He's got Saunders and Nixon on his line, so they're going with 5D and 7 forwards as Yardley looks to try and get it out, and the Sting will get it out with Lashek this time. Smedley will come across and gather. Nixon closes him down, but it's still with the Whitley defenceman. Smedley looking to get the release, so he'll have to check back here. Greetowns battling with one of the Sting players off the puck, and he'll help clear it here. Barnes has gone down there, and maybe an elbow or stick maybe come out and it's got in the way of Jordan Barnes.
Yeah, it looked like a trip. I'm not sure if he caught his own toe on the ice there. I think the Sting's guy will be a little bit unlucky. He'll feel a little bit hard done to there, but Barnes had a little word with him on the way off the ice. But yeah, I didn't quite catch it fully, but I think it was a mixture between the Sting player and Jordan Barnes tripping over his own feet.
Yeah, well, it means the Warriors have their first power play opportunity of the evening. Benjamin Marples is the one who gets that penalty for the Sting, but gave a little shoulder charge to Barnes as they met at centre ice, and Barnes just looked at him and smiled, and I think he's not even going to dirty his knuckles with that one.
No, it's just a slight character there. I think Bonds was just having a bit of a laugh at him.
I think so, yeah. So Campbell is open here if Lobby can find him. Longstaff still on the left wing, sends it across with Holland to shoot, but that one's going to be covered up by Winters. But well, an early opportunity with not even 20 seconds gone on the power play.
Nice floated pass there by Longstaff, good vision, using all them years of experience for the back post, and Greetlands just couldn't convert it on the back post, but good vision by Longstaff.
Yeah, was Holland wins the initial draw, but Sting almost got it clear. Harley, Greetlands is open, he'll fire it off one of the linesmen here, Longstaff. Campbell open on the left wing, he's making a move here. Longstaff again centres it. Holland tried to just stab that one home. Greetlands just about keeps that one in, but then the momentum of the Sting player, I believe it was Palak, was just trying to push out, and allows the Warriors to retreat. And I'll take the opportunity to change the power play unit up. Campbell carries it in. Ralph goes with him. Campbell goes down. And then Gibson's in the corner as well, also hacking away, trying to get the puck clear. Callum Watson is on for Warriors now. Watson tussles with his man. Pye keeps the puck in. Murray will go into a corner, but Ralph will get that one clear, and it allows the pressure to ease on them as the Warriors have to retreat once again.
Yeah, the ice is looking pretty bad. I mean, it's only halfway through the period, and already the puck's bobbling all over the place. I know in these warmer months of the year, it's normally a problem, so it'll be interesting to see how bad it gets towards the end of the period.
It's certainly been a warm day in Whitley Bay today as a shot comes in from Johnson, and then Murray on the doorstep. Bit of pushing and shoving going on, but it'd probably be wise not to react to that, because Murray's probably not the guy you'd want to pick a fight with if you were a Sutton Sting.
Yeah, he's a big lad. He'll be a good addition in that respect to the Warriors, and he's just mixing it up a little bit there, following the rebound in and getting in their face a little bit, but good crash the net by Murray there. And there'll be a face-off in the Sting zone to the left.
Yes, it will. Holland will take the draw for Warriors. So the top line is on for the home side. Harley is out there with Greetlands for the top power play unit. And a heavy touch by Holland. Harley did well to keep that one in, actually. Sent it out wide to Ben Campbell. He's hugging this left wing. Across to Harley with a snapshot. Padded out by Winters. Across to Greetlands, and then Lobby behind the net. Holland tried the one-timer, pushed out though by Winters once again, and Sting scrambling to get that one away, and it's in! It's Roland Greetlands with the goal. Scratch right back with a hacksaw. Warriors 1, Sting 0.
Yeah, Lobby doing a great job behind the net there in the Gretzky's office, floating out some nice passes, and this one come to Greetlands, who stuck it right up in the top corner. Goalkeeper had no chance, and good bit of pressure by the Warriors on the power play there, 1-0.
Yeah, and having dominated much of this opening period, they'll be happy to get that breakthrough.
Yeah, great finish by Greetlands coming in from the point and stuck it right up in the roof of the net. And the goalkeeper was pretty much on his back, so didn't stand a chance.
Yeah, confirmation for the goal for Roland's Greetlands. David Longstaff with the assist, as he continues his surge up the standings in terms of the points as well. He leads the Warriors in points at the moment as well as goals. Jordan Barnes flicks it over to Watson, tried to go near side, padded out with the blocker, and then Barnes digs it back out the corner for Watson. Richards is in front of a crease if he can find some space, but the Sting just looking to get it out here. Pye couldn't keep it in, and then it comes back down. Johnson will have to win this foot race, which he will, and that will be icing call on the Sting.
Yeah, Watson's had a couple of attempts at that wraparound there, and I think he might be successful because he's going high, he's coming around the net with some good pace, and he's going high on the goalkeeper as the keeper's coming across to the other post, and he's been unlucky a couple of times there, so it's one to watch out for, but I think he might be successful with that by the end of the game. Yeah,
definitely, as Warriors will get a retake then in the same position to the right of Winter's goal. Won by Holland, back to Smedley, and the Sting just about get it out the zone. Battling going on in front of the Sting bench right now. Warriors trying to get it out, but we'll get a whistle on the play here with 8:40 to go.
Yeah, dead puck in front of the Sting's bench there. few bodies all hacking at each other's feet, but the referee's seen enough and blows it for a dead puck. Be a face-off just outside the Sting zone.
Yeah, Carl Ross's line is out there with Callum Queenan and Ross Murray. And it'll be Morris for a Sting. Won by Ross, but it's going to be Yardley who will collect it for the Sting as the puck comes across to the other side of the rink.
He's a great forechecker, Ross. He always puts in a good shift on the forecheck. He's always well deep in that zone.
Yes, he is. As Murray will collect on the right wing. Got two Sting players around him. This gets crowded out, and Scott will collect it for the Sting now as he tries to get out. But once again, as he said there, Kyle Ross on the forecheck just put in the Sting under pressure. And unable to keep it in on that occasion was Harry Harley. The Sting will come. A little bit of a scrappy play there, but we're going to get a whistle, I'm assuming, for a dead puck because the puck has stopped.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was an offside or a dead puck, but it's be a face-off just outside the Sting zone again. Like I said about Ross, the forecheck, he was causing all sorts of trouble for the breakout of the Sting there, and he caused a couple of spills and turnovers. So yep, good shift by him.
Yeah, absolutely. And with Phil Edgar on holiday this weekend, it allows Ben Richards to centre his line with Jordan Barnes and Callum Watson. Oh, actually, yeah, it is Callum Watson on that line. Queenan's on the Carl Ross line. Barnes couldn't keep that one in, and the Sting will look to counter it. Richards picks it off at centre ice. Ralph comes across, as does Jordan Barnes, but it's still with the Sting as they look to try and advance up the ice. Barnes gets an interception there, and then Watson, via the flick from Craig Johnson, goes into the corner. Ralph will dig it out, and then Glasby, Cameron Glasby, brother of Lawson, who played for Warriors in a couple of stints. Liam Smedley will get the clearance for Warriors. On the far side, Jordan Barnes, he'll head back to the bench. Sees the pucks in the offensive zone, and now the Sting will look to try and counter. Longstaff is on in place of Barnes as shot comes out from distance. Smedley will gather, sends it out wide, tip forward to Longstaff, straddling the red line, and then back to Longstaff. He'll fire it back in once more.
Yeah, Longstaff got a little bit too much on that dump in the zone. It's went up into the net and above the plexiglass, but the ice is terrible. Barnes there trying to take the puck with him, and he just couldn't take it out the snow along the side of the boards, and he left the ice pretty upset there. But it is frustrating when the ice is degrading this bad. But like I say, the summer months, late at the beginning of the season, it's always a problem here at Whitley Bay.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as you say, it's particularly been a warm day today, so it
is warm today. Yeah.
Very muggy outside for late September. As Murray will collect on the far side, just in front of the boards. He's being ushered into the corner, can't quite get it clear. Maybe he will now. In fact, he does. Takes a shot, but cannons back off the legs of the defenseman Scott, and then shot on the near side. Queenan looking to try and capitalise, but it's going to come out to a Sting once again with Marples looking to clear it.
Yeah, Harley with a shot through a crowd, nearly beat the Sting goalkeeper there, but he dealt with it pretty well, and the Warriors will come back on the attack.
Yeah, as Harley comes back in, carries it into the offensive zone. He's got Barnes up with him, and the Sting in the end just crowded the Warriors out. There was too many yellow shirts back there. Lashek will fire it in on goal. Boyle will gather, sends it across to Johnson, who will he tried to pick out Richards, but an unfortunate bounce means it comes back to the defenseman. And as that comes across, Watson's touch sends it over the plexi.
Up into the to the pigeon's nest up the top. I didn't even see that land there.
No, I didn't see it land either. I think it's well embedded, that one.
It is up in the stanchion of the ice rink.
Pigeons have lost a few feathers there, I think. So we're going to face off just outside the Warriors zone. Holland going in there with Morris, and it's Morris who wins it. Gibson couldn't control, and it's Holland who collects. Pye across to Johnson, back to Pye. Pye forward to Holland. Holland dumps it in. That'll allow Ben Campbell to chase. Ralph will get a touch on that one, and then Winters just stretching the glove out behind the back of the goal, taking no chances with that. He'll just gather that one in. We'll get a face-off in the Sting zone.
Yeah, it was deflected pretty high up into the sky there, and the Sting keeper got a safe hand on it, and it'll be a safe face-off in the Sting zone there.
Yeah, as Holland wins the draw, but the Sting will come out with it with Yardley. Greetans keeps it in for the Warriors though, Longstaff. Across to Campbell. Campbell couldn't quite gather it in first time. He will at the second attempt. Sends it back the way it came towards Longstaff. And then Ralph doing all he can to try and get an interception there. Greetans will come across, sends it back to Longstaff. Play behind the net. Longstaff across. Will Smedley get to this one first? No, it's going to be with Sting. Smedley doing well though, just trying to keep it in, and then Campbell helps it as well. But then it's free for Palak. Good hip check there by Greetans.
Yeah, Greetans stepped him up well, and that was a beautiful hit there by Holland. He's having a bit of a hard time there, the Sting player.
Yeah, but, a penalty on him though, but that's a bit unfortunate. It looked a good clean hit to me.
It did, maybe charging Borden, yeah. He did meet him aggressively, but in my day that would have been a great hit. But
well, yeah, indeed.
Shame the rules are a little bit softer these days, and he's had to take a 2-minute penalty, but great hit, I would say.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a good hit. And before that, the hip check by Greetans, that reminded me of your Uncle Terry there.
Yeah, that's it. He cut inside. I mean, it was just he did close the door on him, but it wasn't a high up, like a high impact. But he done enough to stop him, and then Holland come in with the second whammy and obliterated the poor lad.
Yeah, Adrian Palak on the end of those two hits, and he's actually a really nice lad outside of hockey. I've spoken to him a couple of times. And,
210 is it?
Oh, that is a surprise then. Thomas Fraser going across to serve 2 minutes. So Warriors without their captain for 10 minutes. That's going to be a massive blow.
Yeah, that's a bit harsh. I mean, it was a solid hit, but that's all it was.
Well, like you say, I mean, the sport's running the risk of getting a little bit too soft. I think if you're going to call 10 minutes for that's ridiculous. Although 2 minutes was bad enough. That's, a very controversial call, I would say. Morris will play it out, so for the time being, Warriors are going to have to kill this penalty off. Ross flicks it into the zone. Murray will go with it. Morris will get there first with a Sting, though. And then Palak, who can't quite gather, but will gather it in now, and looks to go around his man. Highlined him up there as well, and almost took a bite out of Palak, but I think if he'd connected that, I think we would have been scraping the Slovakian up off the ice.
Yeah, he's seen a big hairy wall stood in front of him there and didn't fancy it. To back right out when Pye stepped up there, which was a good step up, and broke the play up well.
Yeah, it did. It just it was enough to put Palak off, wasn't it, if nothing else? So did his job as Yardley brings it in. Greetans gathers behind the net. It's going to be interesting to see who Lobby puts on that top line then, on that centre, because obviously that's his and Ben Campbell's line. As Warriors will get it clear and they'll go for a line change.
Have you seen the stick stuck in the board there?
Wow, it is, isn't it? Straight into the between the board and the ice, wasn't it?
Yep. The pipe. That's where the pipes are showing through in these late summer months.
Yeah, it takes some skill to get that one in. I think we've got it out anyway. It could have been dangerous if somebody had slid into it. Maddock couldn't quite gather, still with the Sting. And then it's picked off by Harry Harley, who fires all the way down the end of the ice with just over 10 seconds left on this penalty. The Warriors have seemingly killed this one off well, as Thomas Fraser's going to be primed and ready to come back on the ice here. Dean Holland, I think he might have gone back to the dressing room actually.
Yeah, I think there's no point in him staying there, but I think it livened the game up a little bit, that hit. There was a good couple of shifts there and a few hits thrown. It sort of got the crowd into it a little bit, so I'd like to see some more of that in the second period, even though it was a big penalty. Some more fairer hits, but there's been not too much contact in this first period.
No, it's been quiet, like you say, been a bit of a slow burner. We've had the one goal, we've not had a great amount of golden opportunities to add to that, but Warriors probably just about edging it. The Sting have had their moments on the power play.
Yeah, it's steady performance by both teams. Like I say, it's not setting the world on fire at the moment, but Warriors have took one of the opportunities which was on the power play, and the Sting have had a couple of power plays which they haven't capitalised on, so they've still got, they haven't got any left now, so the Warriors did kill that last one off.
Yeah, Fraser straight back to a bench, allows the Warriors to go back to full strength. And I'll have to try and get it out. No, actually Fraser is on the ice. He's must have stayed out there for his first shift of the evening. Murray and now Pye. Fraser was never going to gather that one in. It was like a rocket of a clearance going towards him. But, had a lively evening last night. Was skating well last night as well. and is a youngster that a lot of people are expecting big things of.
Yeah, well, first season, just getting a feel of things. Look out for him in the future. I'm sure he'll be up there. It takes a little bit of adjustment to. Obviously, bigger blokes you're playing against and quicker speed of the game. But yeah, more ice time he gets, the better he'll flourish.
Yeah, absolutely. As he heads back to the bench, and Ben Campbell comes on now.
These are the type of games where you want to get the youngsters in there, even though it's a close game. It's not as high octane as usual.
Yeah, it looks like Cole Ross is going to slot into this top line then, while Holland's in the penalty box, as Boyle will cover that one up. Not going to take a risk with that one, with Nixon right on the doorstep. 1:49 to go in this opening period, so Warriors 1, Sting 0. And we're going to face off to the left of Jordan Boyle's goal. Puck's dropped, back underway here, won by Morris, centred around the boards for Lashek to help on, but Longstaff will clear out one all the way down. It's going to be called for icing, and we're going to retake back in the Warriors zone.
Yeah, a bit stop-start after that penalty kill. Come off the Boyle a little bit. Back in the Warriors zone there. They have to defend the last shift of this period. But the one goal lead is what the Warriors deserve. Maybe could have asked some questions about maybe one or two more.
Yeah, shot coming in, and that one will be covered up once again by Boyle. And as we said, at even strength for Sting, quite happy to take these shots from distance. Yeah,
not troubling Boyle too much with that shot there. It was pretty high up on his neck, but he managed to smother it on the second attempt and be a face-off in the Warriors zone again.
Yeah, absolutely. As we'll get a face-off to the right of the Warriors goal now. Richards, and one of the Warriors has gone down there. Unfortunate bounce. I think it was Greetans, was it? And penalties called as Boyle races back to the bench. So
yeah, be a trip, I think.
Yeah, I thought he just lost his footing to begin with, but I think there must have been a connection on the way through from Lashek.
Oh, it's a hook he's being called for, so it was obviously the hook that's put him off balance, but he did fall awkward. Greetans there, sort of shoveled up a bit of that ice with his bottom lip into the corner. He looks all right, but you'll be able to shake it off over the break. How long's left there? 1 minute 24.
Yeah, so
he's back out there.
Yeah, just a quick breather and he'll come back out. He does normally play on the top power play unit, so caught his breath and he'll be away again. Comes back out to Boyle, so he'll keep the puck moving. Harley will gather. Warriors in no real rush to get this one going. Well, that's going to be a trip or a clip, surely.
That looked like a trip to me.
Gibson almost he did take himself and Greetans out there, so Sting probably lucky not to have got a second call there. That looks more blatant than the first one, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, certainly.
As Harley plays it out. Campbell to Queenan, he touches it off to Longstaff. Warriors looking like they're happy to play possession hockey here. And Harley lays it back off to Campbell, sends it around the boards. 40 seconds to go in this opening period, so it does appear that Warriors will have just over 30 seconds left to play with in that second period on this man advantage. Gibson will hack that one clear and Boyle will gather it in. Sets it up nicely for Pye with Morris closing in. Pye will take it behind the net with 20 seconds to go in the period. Out wide, but too much on it for Richards to gather, and then that's going to be called for icing. That's not what the Warriors wanted.
No, there's been a lot of icings there this period. It's broke it up quite a bit. It's not let it flow so much with the icing calls, but the Warriors will be happy to get 30 seconds in the second period with the fresh ice to get an opportunity or two on the Sting's goal early in the next period.
Yeah. Norris can't quite gather after the draw, allows the Warriors to come back with it. Pye is open if Hardy can get it across to him. In the end, Ben Richards will come out with it. He'll look to carry it down the ice with 4 seconds to go. And that will be tipped in by Watson, and that will do it then for the opening period.
Good to see him again. Rob Wilson up there as well, and Andrew Tyndale. Good to have a crack with them.
Yeah, some old teammates of yours there, and players that have been part of the Warriors over the last 20 years really, as Campbell looks to ghost back in here, fires near side, but puck must have carried on with him. I think even the goalie was looking for it there, he thought he had it. Comes comes back to a point for Harry Harley to wind one up. Fires, took a deflection, I think, perhaps off one of the Warriors players. Maybe it was
Queenan, I think, took
Queenan,
it. He's limping to the bench a little bit, took a slap shot in the back of the leg. But a good start by the Warriors on this 30-second power play.
Campbell trying to get round his man, but Gibson stuck the stick in. And then Watson looking to counter as well with a couple of seconds left on the power play. In fact, that's it. Sutton back to full strength and it's scored! I've seen that fish before. Ben Campbell with the second goal for the Warriors.
Yeah, good attack there, right on the death of the power play, and Longstaff with a good shot. The rebound's coming to the back post and Campbell stuck away from a tight angle, but just what the Warriors needed at the beginning of this second period with the one-man advantage they had, and they just got it in there.
Yeah, Big Ben strikes one as the Warriors double their lead, and he'll be happy after what was, well, he got a goal last night, but it was a fairly frustrated evening for Ben up in Dumfries, and not quite happened for him this evening, but he'll be happy to get that goal bagged, and hopefully that will improve his confidence. Johnson fires one in. That was a high rising shot. I think it was going to hit Jordan Barnes high up.
Yeah, caught Barnes in the front of the goal as he was cutting across. Nearly deflected in actually, but the Warriors a good bit of possession in the Sting zone here.
Yeah, that's right. Barnes twisting and turning in the corner. Digs it out for Callum Watson. Watson across Lavords now to Barnes, who sends it back to Watson beyond the net, trying to set up Ben Richards, who's in the slot, and then Johnson fires, comes back off, perhaps off Watson's back. Barnes looking to try and send it over now. Watson has got Saunders with him, and then Watson tried to go for a wraparound.
Yeah, he likes that wraparound, Watson. He was unlucky again with that. I said to keep an eye on Watson with that wraparound, and he nearly come off from there.
Well, worth the lobby last week, and as the shot comes in from Nixon, Boyle had to be alert just to carry that one in. So action at both ends early on in this second period.
Yeah, decent start to the period. I did see Longstaff's wraparound goal on Warriors TV. He used the length of his stick and his frame to good effect on that wraparound, and I think I'm not sure if it was for his hat trick, but he did get a hat trick.
It was his second goal,
on that night. So he's got one tonight as well. So long may it continue for David Longstaff.
Yeah, once again, it's his top line who is getting the job done for the Warriors. As he released pass there from Carl Ross to Ben Campbell. Sorry, Jamie Ord, in fact, who's on this top line now. And the shot coming in was well saved in the end by Winters.
Yeah, some good skill there by Campbell, turned the defenseman inside out, and he just couldn't make the finish. Good save by the keeper, but a nice bright start by Campbell and the Warriors.
Yeah, going back to what you said there, it's great to see DJ is here watching the game in the bar. Would be better to see him in a Warriors jersey again. Who knows if he does get a bit like he's missing it later in the season. You never know, he might come back. But what a great servant he's been for the Warriors over 20 years. He's been a part of the team.
Yeah, definitely. He was my line mate when he first broke into the Warriors. He was always a great player, and he's been a great ambassador for the club. And good to see that he's branching out into other hobbies. He's a bit of a street hawk on that motorbike at the moment, so good to see him doing well with that as well.
Yes, absolutely. As we get a face-off in the Sting zone to the right of Winters' goal. Ross is going to take the draw, so he's on that usual line with Ross Murray and Callum Queenan. As the wind-up shot comes in from Palak, forces the glove save from Jordan Bond. Might have stung a little bit there, just shaking the glove afterwards, so might have felt that a little bit.
Yeah, I think it got him through the webbing and caught him on the finger there, so little hand stinger from Boyle, but he dealt with it well and played it out. But it's going to come all the way back down into the Warriors zone for a face-off here from the ice puck.
Yeah, it will. As Carl Ross will take the draw for Warriors. And, bit of a delay before they drop the puck. Here we go, back underway. Morris wins it, gets it back to Yardley. And then the Sting dig it out the corner. Warriors trying to force a turnover here, get it out their zone. But Gibson gets it back, beats Harley, tries to get it back into the slot, but Harley wins it back once again behind the goal crease.
Nearly went back in off the Warriors defenseman's skate there on the dump out. Boyle was lucky, he was left stranded, but it didn't quite go on target, so it was lucky escape. Yeah,
Josh Maddock there leading the charge. Sting will clear it, but the Warriors will have to go again. Murray trying to get it into the zone, and then doing well to try and force a turnover back. Then Saunders gets it back to his D-man. Sting not really able to take control of it, but nor the Warriors. It's changing possession left, right and centre here as Richards slips it off to Jordan Barnes. Barnes goes round Scott, and the shot coming in again. Winters is scrambling, but in the end the Sharks just closed down the angles around the goal. The defence just shrunk the ice and was able to get it clear.
Yeah, another icing. I heard a shout of boring from the crowd there. It is a little bit frustrating with the dump outs from the Sting at the moment, but it just shows that they're under pressure, and the Warriors are putting on a bit more pressure in this beginning of the second period. I'm looking to see another goal within the next couple of shifts, I would imagine.
Yeah, as David Longstaff will take the draw, gets it back to Liam Smedley, and then across to Ben Campbell. Campbell to Watson. Is that who's out there with them? And it is Callum Watson, fires once again. So everyone taking their turn on this top line with Lobby and Ben Campbell, while Dean Holland is serving that penalty. But a rising shot, but still it was a fast release, wasn't it, by Callum Watson? Yeah,
some great passing by Campbell, Watson and Longstaff there. Some great change in the position, and some passing, good cycling. And Watson with a good opportunity. He's looking hungry for a goal, and it was a good save by the Sting goalkeeper.
Yeah, it was. Longstaff will take the draw then in the Sting zone. It's Ralph who comes out with it, and as we said before, he's on a two-way contract with the Sheffield Steel Dogs, so somebody the Warriors were used to playing against last season. It's enabling him to have a bit more ice time, a few more games under his belt, and allowing him to develop. It's helped the Sting out as well, getting a few players back like that. There's Campbell looks to fire one in. Come out to Liam Smedley, he'll fire it in as well. Took a deflection off Glasby, I think it was. Longstaff behind the net, Ralph goes with him. And then Longstaff back to Smedley, winds one up. It's on target, but just flashed wide. Connected with it sweetly as well. Ben Campbell's behind the net. Banks it off a defenceman's skates and almost caused the goalie some trouble as it flashed through his crease.
Yeah, another decent shift there by that first unit. They'll be a little bit upset that they didn't score there, but some good saves by the Sting goalkeeper. He's looking fairly solid at the moment.
Yeah, he is, and he's not a bad goalie really. Had a good game down in Sheffield last weekend. He faced quite a lot of shots as well, I seem to remember. That one will be touched up and it'll be brought back for icing on the Sting.
Yeah, another icing call. It's like I say, it's desperate times. They're just trying to clear the zone, and they're not managing any sort of meaningful break out the Sting at the moment. They're just throwing it out of the zone. But it'll suit the Warriors. It's another face-off in the offensive zone. Yeah,
Carl Ross wins the draw. Heavy touch sees it comes back to Ralph, who sends it along. Maddock will keep it in for Warriors, though, fires it towards goal, but wide. Harley will collect the rebound on the opposite side. Queenan will leave it for Ross Murray. Murray across to Queenan now behind the net. He digs it out the corner. Murray will have to slip past his man Glasby to get there, which he does. He'll try and dig it out. Carl Ross is there with him. And then Scott will look to try and get the clearance here. Maddock keeps it back in. Probably Lashek it was who tried to clear it for the Sting there. And then Murray takes his man into the boards, and then the pair of them sort of fall down in slow motion. And
neither of them are looking to move very quickly, but having a word with each other.
Yeah, Pyatt wouldn't let him up. Well, Pyatt is that sort of annoying, niggly player. He has got that about him in his game. He can wind people up and then shies away when he has to drop the gloves, I seem to remember. He's sort of one of those type of players. As Barnes shoots back in, just wide of the goal, comes back off the boards, back to a point. And that one will be gathered in at the second attempt, but lovely little pass back by Ben Richards to set up Harry Harley.
Yeah, good firm snapshot to a crowd as well, and the Sting goalkeeper done well to keep his eye on it and save it with a big trapper, kill it for another face-off in the Warriors zone.
Yeah, absolutely, as Morris will go in to take the draw up against David Longstaff, so very much looks like Lobby is centering this line in Dean's absence, with Callum Watson inserted on that left wing now.
It's been a good line actually. Watson's gelled well with this line when he's covered.
Well, he has, because I mean him and Campbell are fast skaters, so they will complement each other well. As that one's banked off one of the Sting players, I think it was off Gibson, and that's allowed them to make the break here with Lashek, and the good save from Boyle, and the play's carried on behind the nets. Actually, it's not Lashek, is it? It's Palak who's out there with Gibson. Warriors looking to get a break on here. Campbell waiting for it to come off the boards, but in the end it was a Sting player who was better positioned there. Little nibble there by Watson on his man as he was going back to the bench. It was Marples, he was the one who was sort of squaring up to Barnes in the first period. Campbell carries it into his own, lays it off. Shot coming in from
Kyle Ross, yeah. He needs to hit the target from there, Ross, but he did go high for the top corner. He was a little bit off target, but it was a good opportunity.
Yeah, as the second line's getting a lot of ice time as well. The Ross, Murray and Queenan line. Carl Ross gets it back. Queenan tangling a little bit at neutral in the neutral zone. Gets it clear. Murray will follow it into the zone, but it comes back out. Gritans collects. Murray helps it along, and then Ralph will have to drop back. Barnes will go with him. And nice to see Jamie Ord getting a few more shifts on this unit as well, with Ben Richards and Jordan Barnes. Ord cutting inside, fires. Took a nick off the blocker, I think, on the way through and back out. And then slip back. Ralph can't quite keep it in. Maddock trying to push it out. Ralph will go back again, drops it back in, and that will be gathered in by Boyle. Hands it off to Harry Harley. Harley will go for the stretch pass, which will be gathered in by Jordan Barnes. Did well with it, actually, to use that long stick reach well as Jamie Ord collides with the goalie. Quick to get back up. Glasby going with him. Still with Ord, as Barnes is looking to try and help his line mate out here. And Barnes still tussling away. Sting looking to hack it clear, but Longstaff keeps it in the zone with Nixon doing all he can to try and put him off, and the Sting do get it out.
Yeah, decent first shift there by Ord. Couple of good opportunities. He skated well, and it was a ferocious shot from out wide, which was a decent save in the end.
Oh, that was Ben Campbell. That come off the was it the base of the post, perhaps?
Yeah, that was right up high on the goalkeeper's left side. Great shot, and he was unlucky with that. Struck the top section of the post.
Yeah, certainly heard the clunk as it made contact with that frame of the goal. Campbell will take it behind the net now. Can he get the cut back or a wrap around? He tried the wrap around, but Winters will cover that one up. But again, this second period has a lot of action in it early on, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely a mirror image of the first period. It's come to life for the Warriors with that early goal and the little bit of power play they had at the beginning of the season, period. They've built on that and with some good opportunities, and they look like a different team this second period.
Yeah, absolutely. As we'll get a face off to the right of the Sutton's goal. Pyatt will take the draw alongside Carl Ross, and just noticed that 10-minute misconduct penalty has been served and been completed by Dean Holland, so he's back on the bench, and I would imagine we will see him back on the ice in the next couple of shifts or so as Queenan can't keep it in. Gritans will come across. Gritans slips it back to Queenan, and then Queenan looking to go again, affectionately known as Napoleon Dynamite for his likeness of the character in the film. And Ross Murray goes around as well to try and help the puck along. Ralph will look to bank it off the boards and out the zone, but Gritan stopped it dead on its tracks on the blue line. Murray will fire it back in, and that's padded away by Winters. Gritans goes with his man again, stepping up from the back. He's having a good game. The Latvian. He had a great game last night, particularly in the third period where he was double and triple shifting. Robbie very much relying on him as his experienced D-man to lead the defence last night, lead his blue line. As Watson was straddling the blue line, he's in. Can he get the shot away? Just had to check back. Tried to big out Jordan Barnes, and then Watson again. As that one will come out, but Watson, he felt probably should have just took that one time, shouldn't he? Yeah,
well, he was spoiled for choice there. Watson, he had two of the Warriors up with him there, and he was caught in two minds whether to take it himself or shoot, but it didn't materialise in the end. But unlucky, it was a good opportunity.
Yeah. As shots coming back out this time with Lashek, runs into Ben Campbell, who will collect the loose puck. He'll carry it in for Watson. Can he shoot? But angle just narrowed on him, and in the end he does get a save, forces a save out of Winters, and you can see by the reaction of Winters' teammates what a vital touch that was.
It was a good save there. Campbell sent Watson away there, and I think the angle wasn't good enough to get it back. I think Campbell's a little bit disappointed he didn't receive the 1-2. With Watson going himself on the backhand was unlucky, but it was a tight angle and resulted in a good save.
Yeah, Dean Holland tangling up at centre ice. Sting's going to get this one out. Back with Ben Campbell. Can he fire? He can, but drove it low and forced the save off the pads. Campbell. Dean Holland has slotted back onto that top line. Another crunching hit, and that's going to be another call. And well, once again, what was wrong with that hit? I mean, okay, he put him in the boards, but it wasn't like he charged at him, and there was nothing wrong with what was a hard hit.
No, it was a firm hit. Hopefully it's just a 2-minute penalty. I mean, maybe that one was a bit more than the last one, but I hope it doesn't give him another 10, because it's killing the game not allowing these type of hits.
Well, if it's a second 10-minute misconduct, isn't that a game?
I'm not sure what the rules are these days, Adam. I'm a bit lost in translation with the rule changes.
Boarding
another boarding, yeah.
So, well, we'll wait to see how many minutes this is for, but from what I understand, if it is a second 10-minute misconduct penalty, he's gone, I think he must be, because you can see by Dean's reaction, he's being led away to the dressing room. He's done for the evening then, so no sooner is he back out on the ice, then he's led away, and I say watch for the sticks go flying here, because he's one angry man right now, and understandably so too. What I deem to be relatively soft calls has seen him ejected from the game, and the Warriors have lost their captain. Yeah,
the game's gone mad. I mean, the guy was at an angle to him when he hit him, but the guy got straight up. He wasn't hurt in any way. It's a man's sport, you know what I mean? How can you not come into hockey and take a hit like that? You've got to get up and get on with it. It's a referee. Emerson's normally a decent, fair guy, but I think he's went one step too far with them two boarding calls. It's a bit of a shame.
I mean, for me, they're just good, hard, solid hits. That's the way I read it. I mean, call me biased if you want, but that's the way I saw it. But no sooner had he come back onto the ice, that was his first shift back out there, having served that 10-minute misconduct. And I did say, I think if it's a second 10, he's done, and he has been led away to a dressing room. So unfortunately, that's Dean done for the evening.
You should be seeing one or two of them hits every shift in my eyes.
Absolutely. I mean, that's how the game was always played. It's it's not baseball, is it? It's meant to be a contact sport, as that one's cleared all the way back down for Ralph to gather. And of course, the Warriors now on the penalty kill for the next minute and 30 seconds or so. Yeah, confirmation of the 2+10 for boarding then. So the second call of the night, as Gibson sends a pass across the ice. Longstaff is out there on this penalty kill with Ben Campbell, Dan Pye and Harley, and they've scored. That went in,
hit the post,
hit the post, and it looked like it was in to me for a second there, but Emerson was very quick to wash that one out. So
I think it beat Boyle on the 5-hole, and it went right through and hit the very inside of the post and come straight back out. So the light didn't go on, and
no, it didn't.
With my eagle eye, I'm sure it didn't go in.
I'll trust your judgment. There's a Lashek's pass across to Gibson. That's going to be deemed to be offside. So another call going in the Warriors' favour there with 58 seconds left on his penalty kill.
Yeah, with them two boarding calls, I think the guy was sort of stationary as well, like in this corner, especially the second one, and I think that's what's went against Holland both times. But the guy didn't have his back to him. It was a side-on hit. I mean, I would like to see it back, but we'll have to wait for that pleasure.
We will indeed. To check out the Warriors TV highlights later in the week, as I'm sure that will clear up any judgment. If we've got it wrong, well, okay, fair enough. We only get one look at it, as does everybody else, but in our opinion it didn't seem that bad of a hit, but I've seen worse go unpunished, certainly.
Yeah, definitely.
As the Sting looking to build once again with about 35 seconds left on this penalty. Lashek fires, but good save by Boyle, and then Callum Watson just shoving Pyatt out the way just to make sure he takes no cheap shots on the goalie afterwards.
Yeah, Lashek found himself with the puck. He had a nice bit of speed to beat that last defenseman, but he was on his backhand, which limited him with the power of his shot. But it was a good save by Boyle. It'll be a face-off in the Warriors zone. Yeah,
to the left of Jordan Boyle's goal, David Longstaff's going to take the draw. And he's actually very good on the defensive zone draws. I've seen him do that before, and it's why it's vital with his experience on penalty kills like this. So it comes back out to Lashek on the far side. Is that Palak? No, it's Palak who's out there now. The second unit's on there. Ralph on this near side. He will turn. Johnson And then Gibson trying to get it round Maddock, but couldn't get it round, and Ben Campbell finishes off the clearance. Saunders has to come all the way back down. He'll gather the puck from Winters. Saunders will go again as the Warriors return to full strength. Jem Muir straight out the box, forces the puck into the ice. That was well won by him. Great play, actually. And he almost set up Jordan Barnes for a goal.
Yeah, some good play by Ord there, straight out the penalty box, taking his opportunity on the ice there.
Yeah, he did, as it comes back out to Morris. He'll cut inside here. Went near side up. I thought I'd have gone in for a second there. It's in the side net, and the goal come on for a split second as well. But yeah, it was one of them where you weren't quite sure where the puck had ended up.
Yeah, the goal judge had a itchy trigger finger there with the light. It did hit the side net and sat in the netting behind the goal. I think he's been a bit bored there, the goal judge, and just wanted a bit of the action, bit of glory there.
Flexing his finger muscles. As we've got a draw to the right of the goal. The Warriors' goal, I should say, is Retans clears it along the boards to Queenan on the left-hand side. Carl Ross, I should say, going in there as well. We've got a whistle and a play for seemingly a dead puck, or perhaps, to be fair, it would have been difficult to see if it had gone offside, because the puck was going to and fro that blue line, and so it could have been a couple of Sting players in an offside position.
Yeah, I think the face-off would be the same place no matter what the call. So if you've noticed as well, Adam, how wet the ice has become, even though they've done a dry cut.
That's true, actually,
and that's a reason why they do the dry cut, because with the temperature in the building, it's the old plants cannot really keep up with the freezing of the ice.
Yeah, I mean, particularly around the central face-off circle, it seems to be shining quite a bit, considering we're 13-14 minutes into his second period.
I remember the good old session skating days where you were up the ankles in water and you come off soaking. It was like you'd been swimming in the summer months.
Billingham Forum back in the day, before it had some work done to it, it had that slope to it, didn't it? And that was like a swimming pool at one end.
yeah. Before the council put some good money into it, and it's actually a good surface now.
Yeah, it's had a couple of redevelopments, hasn't it, over the sort of last 15 years. But certainly 20 years ago, I remember games getting called off with the Warriors because of that very reason, because it couldn't cope with it. And what with the rise in temperatures later in the season and chemicals in the atmosphere, I guess. As comes to Watson, slips that one off to Campbell. Sorry, is it? No, it's Ross Murray out there. No, it is Ben Campbell, in fact. As of course they've had to go back to this line with Holland once again unavailable. So Lobby, I'm assuming, will be on centre and face-off duties for the remainder of the game. Campbell comes back out with it, fires straight into a bread basket though, and Winters will happily take that one in.
Yeah, good prolonged period of pressure by the Warriors in the Sting zone there. They were quite patient in the build-up, and they resulted in a good save in the end, but a bit of a tame shot by Campbell. He didn't get it up off the ground, but a good save nevertheless, and it'll be a face-off in the Sting zone.
Yeah. Ben Richards wins the draw, gets it back to Harry Harley, who fires, took a deflection on the way through off the Sting defenceman. I think it might have been the number 34 as Richards takes a shot.
Few bites of the cherry there in the crease. Good saves by the Sting keeper again, 2 or 3 in a row.
Yeah, absolutely. As comes back to Barnes. Barnes looking to try and lay this one off perhaps, and then Richards, who got down low, and that was almost like a chipped shot there which flew up into the roof of the building. Yeah,
the Sting number 14 got a poke check on it which deflected high up into the stand, so it will be inside the face-off.
Yeah, the face-off will be to the left of Winters' goal. Ross will take the draw. He's got Ross Murray and Callum Queenan with him. Puck's dropped, it's won by the Warriors. Harley will fire, and so that's cleared as the Sting defenceman was losing his footing. Once again, perhaps that was just getting a little bit slippier out there in the Sting zone, certainly more so than the Warriors zone. So you can see just the way the lights are shining off the surface that it's a bit more slicker out there as the shot from distance comes in. Just flash wide of the post. I think it was Lloyd Gibson with the shot, and that one comes through. Ralph will gather it off the boards as Ben Campbell closes in. Lashek slips it forward to Nixon. Longstaff will come across, as will Harley, and then Longstaff again. He's playing so deep. He's almost like a defenceman here. Turnover here, and Lashek gloved it and tried to put it in, and it's been stopped right on the line there by Jordan Boyle. Lashek was ready to celebrate there, and he can't quite believe he missed that one.
Yeah, that was a great save by Boyle. I mean, it was up in the air. He had to use his hand to pat it down. It bobbled about. He got a shot on a really tight angle, and Boyle's managed to drop his stick and get both his catch and block over to the far post and keep it out somehow. But great save there, and the Sting can't believe it.
No, that was the closest they've come to scoring, and yeah, Lashek with his head in his hands there. I think he didn't realise he hadn't scored for a second there. But anyway, the Warriors live to fight another day, as the Sting will bring that back in with Gibson. But they run into the proverbial brick wall that is Roland's Greetans. Barnes, he couldn't quite connect on Ord's pass there, and then Palak. Greetans will tip it back in. Comes back round for Yardley. Cross on the far side. Ben Richards is out there. Jamie Ord as well. I did actually call him Daniel Ord last night in Saltway until Michelle corrected me.
Rolling back the years.
Oh, absolutely, mate. Yeah. As Yardley will gather it once again and look to try and set play going once more. But Smedley read that well and was quick to clamp down on his man. Greetans will drop back and gather. I do actually like this defensive pairing for Warriors of Greetans and Smedley. I think they complement each other well. And when one goes forward, the other one hands back, as Campbell will dig this one out of the corner, as Scott will strip it from him. Scott now trying to dig it out of the corner as he sends it across to the other side. Morris will flick that one out, but that's going to go for icing. As Dan Pye's clipped from behind by Lashek. I think he might have just stood on his stick there, perhaps.
Yeah, I don't think there was nothing untoward there. I think it was just a coming together. Pye with a little pirouette there, bringing back the Torval and Dean days to Whitley Bay Ice Rink.
Yeah, they did a tour here once, didn't they, Torval and Dean?
Yeah, I think they did have a bit to do with the place. I'm sure they were training here for quite a bit of time as well, but that wasn't my game. Hockey was mine, so...
Absolutely, yeah.
I think the Smiths were quite enjoying the publicity with Torval and Dean being here.
Why not? It's great publicity as well, isn't it? As that shot comes in from the Warriors, but turned aside by Winters once again. Queenan is going straight towards the net. Murray will pick him out, and Queenan will dig it out from the left-hand side now. Murray behind the net. Ross is open in the high slot if it can get it to him. Then Harley, that just bobbled on him and it come back across the blue line, and Sting player was almost threw his stick at him. I think it just come out of his glove. As we're just under 2 minutes to go in the second period, it's still Warriors 2, Sting 0, and well, they got that early goal in this second period, but I think since that second penalty on Dean Holland, the game's just sort of gone a little bit flat again, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think it does have a lot to do with the ice as well, Adam, because it was flowing. The game was a lot faster at the beginning of the period, the first half really, and once the ice starts to degrade, it does make it difficult to carry the puck, pass it and do anything really. Yeah,
Marples across to Ralph, and that's fired back in. Boyle thought about playing it, but he will just cover that one up. He doesn't want to take a risk with 2 or 3 of the Sting players closing in on goal.
Yeah, the Sting look like they've were after a goal towards the end of this period. Actually, they've had a couple of good opportunities, but Boyle's been equal to them. He's had a solid game so far. I've been quite impressed with the Sting's goalkeeper as well. He's I'm sure he would have had many more shots than the Warriors keeper. He looks good in the butterfly. He's been pretty impressive for me.
Yeah, he is, and as I say, he had a good solid game last week. Gave up 5 goals, but well, 6 I would say, but they wrongfully disallowed one of them. But I mean, he faced a hell of a lot of shots, so his save percentage was up anyway. But he is a decent goalie, and I'll be relying on that. Sting look a decent side to beat Blackburn last night, so there'll be a team looking to try and make a top 4 finish, you'd imagine. Probably going to be quite close around about the mark with Billingham. So I'll be interested to see how their games go with one another, as Ross will look to cut inside, fires. That bobbled as well, but another good save by Winters.
Yeah, Ross trying to pick Watson out on the back post there. Good effort, but it took a deflection and nearly went in the back of the net. But Sting were lucky to get away with that.
Campbell brings it out. It'll bounce up on him, and we have to wait for it to drop back down. That allows the Sting to bring this one out and clear. Dan Pye will drop back with 40 seconds to go in the second period. David Longstaff as well, who's been on the ice quite a bit. Bit of a high stick there, which the Warriors are calling for. I don't know if it was that high. I mean, what is it? Is it got to be above shoulder height?
I think it put it into the bench.
Is that what it was?
I think the puck got dumped out. I don't know if it was a high stick, but off his stick went into the Sutton bench, and Watson was away on a breakaway if it had went all the way through. So I think they're asking for a penalty for delaying the game.
Yeah, I mean, I know definitely if it's in the defensive zone, it is definitely a penalty, but it looks like they are going to call it. Yeah, my thoughts was, well, are they calling for a high stick, which I didn't think was quite high enough.
No, certainly not. But like I say, he did try. Longstaff dumped it out. The defenseman tried to keep it in with not a high stick, but it did deflect into the bench, which went for a dead puck, which would result in a delay in the game penalty.
Yeah.
So
too many men they've called.
Oh, was it too many men?
So well, okay. That was three theories there, and none of them were right. But
the puck did go into the bench. So
it did clear out.
That was a mistake.
I can certainly see why you thought that. My only reservation about that was it was shot from a neutral zone as opposed to one of the defensive zones.
Well, that means the Warriors will start the next period again with a power play. So it'll be about 1 minute 30.
Yeah, like a good 90-second power play then. So it's as good as a 4-1 really on fresh ice. As Gibson fires, and that will be gathered in by Boyle, and that's going to do it then as the whistle has gone as well. I thought there might have been a couple of seconds left on the clock, but seemingly they're happy just to let it go and get back to the dressing room. But welcome back to Hillheads as the Warriors currently hold a 2-0 lead over the Sutton Sting. They also have a 90-second power play to work with on this fresh ice. Again, once more, it is a dry cut with the warmer temperatures outside. Quite a balmy evening in Whitley Bay this evening. As Harley will fire that one in, comes around the boards for Tom Ralph. He can't quite control, but it's with the Warriors and Callum Watson, and that's hacked clear by the Sting, but a good opening shot by the Warriors and on a good first shift in those opening 20 seconds or so.
Watson still hunting for that goal. He's good on forehand and backhand right in front of that goal. He's been unlucky tonight. Yeah,
he has. As we'll get a stoppage on the play there, and that's going to come back. I think that's going to be for icing. But a positive start by the Warriors.
Yeah, with that power play, hopefully they'll have a start of the period like they did in that second. I mean, they only had about 30 seconds, maybe it's 20 seconds in that last period, and on the last second of the power play they managed to get a goal, so they've still got a minute left here in this power play at the beginning of this third period.
That's right, as Longstaff wins the draw, gets it back to Harry Harley. Harley will slip it forward to Callum Watson on the left wing. Watson goes rink wide with a pass to pick out David Longstaff. Too much mustard on it though, he couldn't control it. He'll just have to see it sail into the Sutton zone and allow Ben Campbell to chase that one, which he does. Campbell gets it back to Callum Watson. Watson across to Longstaff. Longstaff back to Campbell, and then across to Harley, who fires. And then Morris will look to try and counter here with about 25 seconds left on his Warriors power play. Brings into his zone, but Lashek was in an offside position. And that will be pulled back.
Disappointing offside there for the Sting. I mean, they had a little opportunity on the short-handed there, 2-on-1, and it was wasted a little bit by that offside. Getting a little bit eager to get over the blue. But just noticing there, Harry Harley certainly catches them shots from the point. He's got a great shot. And it was another good save by the Sting's goalkeeper before that breakout.
As Ross wins the draw, and Ross Murray looks to try and carry it back in, but Lashek gets it back. Palak even gets it back, as Ross Murray will give chase once more. Callum Queenan goes with him. And it's with the Warriors again. Ross Murray, can he get the cut back? Looks to attempt a wrap around there, but Ralph was defending well and getting it out. As it's back with Ralph. Ralph fired all the way down the other end of the ice, but that should have been probably a icing call as they'd returned to full strength at that point. Nice little layoff by Queenan to Murray. He'll tip it in and go back to a bench for a line change as the Ben Richards line is out there now with Jordan Barnes and Jamie Ord. Richards bumps off Gibson as he tries to play the puck. Comes back in. Ord will give chase. Barnes will go with him. Yardley will win the puck back though, but only as far as Rollins Greetowns, who keeps it in for the Warriors. And then across to Barnes. Richards will fire. Good work by Jamie Ord in the corner as well. And once again, Ben Richards looking to fire. Comes back out for the Sting. Nice pass out to Palak. Gets round Liam Smedley, and then Smedley recovers and gets the puck back for the Warriors. Finds Greetowns. Greetowns will slip it forward to Richards. Nice reverse pass for Jordan Barnes off Scott. And then Barnes in on goal, but just used the backhand of the stick and just got away from him a little bit as Warriors make a line change. Maddock now straddling that red line. Longstaff with him, digs it out for Ben Campbell in front of his Zamboni entrance. Campbell back to Harley, cross to Maddock, who will leave it for Ben Campbell to chase onto, and then Watson stretching there, and Longstaff fires and then tries to have a few more jabs at him.
That was a great save actually by the Sting goalkeeper. Good interchange there. This line playing well together again. Watson, Campbell and Longstaff. Some great passing. And the goalkeeper's made a great save on his back with the pads outstretched. But yep, great save there, and done well to deny Longstaff for a goal there.
Yeah, he really did. And I mean, he's impressive. His Winters only 19. The Sting have put a lot of faith in him this year. Had Guilfoyle last year, so it's his first year as a starter. But
yeah, he's a big presence in that goal for the Sting. I've rated him tonight. He's my man in the match for them so far in this game.
Yeah, he's certainly an impressive display. He did last week as well. And as I said before, this Sting side isn't bad at all. It's going to be probably battling for fourth place with Billingham, you'd imagine. As a shot from distance forces Winters to make that save. Gibson digs it out, picks out Morris. Morris looking to cut inside, but good work by Harry Harley. Great defensive play by him as he just moves the man away from the danger zone into the corner.
Yeah, Morris didn't have the speed there to beat Harley. Harley got back well and broke up the play, but Morris was a little bit flat on his feet there.
Yeah, as Ord good on the forecheck here, forcing Ralph back behind his own net. He'll take his time, allow his teammates to get set before unleashing a shot, and then he goes for... And he scored! He scored from deep in his own zone. God damn, Peter Angelo, he ain't no leader.
That was one the longest goal I've seen probably on this ice. I mean, it's very hard to keep track of it, especially with the lighting in this place. Jordan Boyle was in off the underside of the bar actually, and he will be very disappointed about that, but it is hard to keep your eye on the puck hit from such a distance, but he certainly won't be happy about that. And unorthodox goal to say the least.
Yeah, wasn't it just? I mean, I was thinking, what's he doing here? Because he seemed to take his time, allowed his teammates to make the line change, fair enough. And then you think, why has he just dumped it in on goal like that? What a waste. But then it just sailed over the top of Jordan Boyle's head. He couldn't quite believe it. I don't think he could have meant that, surely.
Well, he certainly put the puck on goal, so he was trying his luck, to be fair. I mean, it turned out it worked, but I know by experience, I've played in goal quite a few times in practices and training sessions, and a shot from that distance in this lighting is hard to keep your eye on, but like I say, he will be disappointed with that.
Yeah, well, the Sting cut the Warriors lead in half then, and we will have to be aware that the Warriors don't blow another 2-goal lead like they did last weekend. As the puck shot comes in, bounces over, and Winters will just cover that one up. 15:48 to go then. Warriors 2, Sting 1.
Makes for a bit more of an interesting third period, that. Obviously a strange goal, but the Sting will take it and give them a little bit of a boost with nearly 5 minutes gone in this third period.
Yeah, as we've seen in recent years against the Sting, games have tended to be quite tight between them. And this one's proven to be exactly the same. Like I said, these are no mugs. And they're a lot stronger than they were last year, as Carl Ross lines up a hip check, misses Morris completely, and ends up on the seat of his pants himself.
Did do enough to put him off his stride though.
It did, yeah.
Oh,
and there's he's bombarding run there from Palak. But I tell you what, Liam Smedley did ever so well just to stay with him. He turned Smedley inside out a couple of times there, but he stuck with the play, didn't he? And just wouldn't let him get a shot on goal, and was able just to lead him away from the net. Yeah,
Palak's been the offensive player that impresses for the Sting tonight. He's good on the puck, and there was 3 Warriors around him there, and he still managed to get an opportunity away on goal. But yeah, he is a quality player, and he does shine through for the Sting.
Yeah, he does. He was with the Steel Dogs for the last 3 seasons, played at the EPL level for a year, and then the last 2 in the NIHL level. And the shot from distance, kick save by Boyle, and then the deflection comes off, I think, the back of Liam Smedley, and he's able just to cover that one up. So good play by, that was Smedley. Good cover up by Boyle, though. Great reaction save.
It was a good reaction save, like I say, because it was redirected right in front of him. He got the low pad save off there and then smothered the rebound. So he'll be happy with that after that unorthodox goal. Give him a feel of the puck.
I mean, once again, that's a goal you can't blame him for. I mean, it's just one of them freak goals, isn't it? I mean, you can't criticise him. He's not put a foot wrong all evening.
He was off his line, I mean, but that's the position that you take when the puck's right down the ice.
Well, exactly,
so
of course it is. Yeah.
It was hard lines, really. I mean, people might have a dig about it, which I'm sure they'll have a jibe in the changing room if the result goes their way. But it was unlucky.
Yeah, it was. As we get a face off to the left of Boyle's goal now, Saunders will go in for the Sting up against, I think, Ben Richards for the Warriors, and it's Richards who wins it, and Maddock will send it around the boards. Jamie Orr couldn't quite gather, and then Jordan Barnes finishing his hit there, and then Richards, who took the bump but then played it through. I thought he might have gone down injured for a second there, just struggled to get back on his footing. Might have just had the wind knocked out of him on that heavy collision, but seems to be okay.
Still managed to make a pass, which was some good improvisation by Richards there. He's good on the puck, and he made a good pass after he had taken the hit.
Yeah, as Ben Campbell has it, looking to feed David Longstaff, who fires, and an unorthodox save there by Winters. Did he have his foot up there, just hooking it out?
Yeah, it was a sort of stacking the pads with the catch involved as well, but it was another great save from left to right on David Longstaff. Another great save by the Sting keeper.
Palak comes in the high slot, gets his shot away, sweep the puck towards goal, but again Boyle, another great save as Longstaff plays that one in for Callum Watson to chase onto. The cut back from Watson, nobody there with him. Now that's a frustrating thing. Watson's now going to have to charge back out to get back on goal, as I'm getting attacked by a spider, it seems, as I'm commentating. Goes into the corner now, and it's with Lashek now. He'll carry it out for the Sting. Murray trying to get him off the puck, Morris. And now it's an offside position. Morris had to leave it because Lashek had to come back on.
There's a hook on the play. I think it's on it's on Ross Murray there, being called for a hook. I didn't quite catch it, but he doesn't look quite happy with that decision. The Warriors will go short-handed with 13:38 left in the third period.
That is an odd call, and I mean this very much gives the initiative to the Sting, doesn't it?
Yep, the game's opened right up now after that fluke goal, and the Warriors need to be on their toes for this power play, definitely.
Yeah, and it's going to be Payat who takes a draw against Longstaff. The Warriors will come out with it, blasted clear by Roland Greetans, who once again has looked solid defenseman back there for the Warriors. Sting will carry it back out. And, they head towards goal. Greetans that comes across to the other side. Campbell will look to try and dig this out. It's up along the boards on the far side here. Sting do get it out. Gibson's open here, he calls for it, he gets a shot away, but once again it was Jordan Boyle with the save, turns it aside, and then that Ross Douglas who's out there, who's put his Josh Maddock who's put his man into the boards there, and the Sting player is still down, but I think it's just more of a case of them tangled up a little bit, and Palak had a little bit of a shove on the way pass, but all fun and games.
Yeah, everyone's heart was in the mouth there. I mean, you're not sure if you're going to get called, even just by making contact in the game these days. So everyone was happy there was no call on that play.
Yeah, Palak's head was down, and it looked like he went head first into it. So it is always a funny one. But like you say, you're not sure now if you are going to get called now.
Not at all. I was talking to Rob Wilson there before in the barn. He's second only behind the legendary Dave Ross in the penalty standings for all-time penalty minutes. I think he's 30 minutes behind.
Yeah,
he's telling us that he would probably only need to play one more game in this day and age to overtake Dave Ross in the penalty minute, so it just shows what ex-players are thinking about the rule changes, and it is getting a little bit soft these days.
And I mean, as good as those minutes are for both Dave Ross and Rob Wilson, isn't it? I'll come up on a second as Nixon made the play there, but it comes across to Ben Campbell. He'll cut inside. Nixon, though, had come back with him and cut that one out.
Nixon stayed with him well there, watched the body all the way and got a good poke check in with Campbell, because he's a slippery character when he's up against you. Got good speed and he dealt with him well.
He did, yeah, as a shot comes back in, deflects off from Lashek. I think Longstaff just got a blade in the way of it and it's blasted clear. But yeah, going back to what we were saying there, they might have the minutes, Dave Ross and Rob Wilson, but yourself, Audie, and Stephen Wynn, minutes per games played, you're well ahead, aren't you?
Yeah, well, that's one of the stand leaderboards I can claim. I was never a great point scorer, not in senior hockey, but I like to mix it up.
And then the shot deflected up and come off the side of the bench and nearly clean one of the coaches out there. And
look, it stuck his wig off. Oh no, he's just a bald fella.
Yeah. But yeah, if he had any hair, I think he would have
certainly given him a haircut.
Yeah,
definitely.
And we've got a face off just outside the Warriors' blue line in front of their bench. Hayat will win the draw. It's carried in by Palak. And then Murray gets a touch on the puck, but we're going to whistle on the play.
Assist has been given to Sutton Sting's goal. That now reads scored by 21, assist 20.
So an additional assist has got on the goal for the Sutton Sting. I think it was 21, Tom Relf.
Scorer 21.
Well, I'm sure, I don't know who's called that one, because no one was expecting a shot from such a distance. So
no, it was a funny one for sure. As Warriors looking to get a break on here. Murray just couldn't quite carry it out, and the Sting come back with it with Palak. He goes into a corner with Liam Smedley. And again, Smedley's having a fine game there. I do like this defensive partnership between him and Rodens Greetans. It looks a good one, doesn't it, Audie?
Yeah, definitely. They've played well tonight. Greetans obviously likes to carry it. Smedley likes to stay home a little bit, and they complement each other in that way. So yeah, it's a good pairing.
As Longstaff's line will come back out now, and he'll face off against Morris. And a quick shot there by Lewis Gibson, couldn't get it away though, and then carried in by Campbell. Watson was in an offside position because the puck had just crossed the line, and will go back in. Harley collects in the neutral zone. He'll turn and look to try and set play away once more. That's flicked on by Campbell, but the Sting will get it clear. Comes back to Maddock, and then again tussling in front of the Warriors bench. Campbell trying to come out with it. Gibson with him. Campbell carries it in. Can he get his shot away? He's being pushed away from goal, but then went close, and then Watson and I think it might have been the young Glasby who just ended up in the back of the net there. Took it off its moorings. But a good moment there, good bit of play by our Warriors.
Yeah, some good hands by Campbell. I mean, he didn't have much space, but he does carry the puck well. Shields that puck really well, and he managed to get his shot off. Saved by the Sting goalkeeper, and then Watson and was it Glasby who went?
I think it was Glasby, yeah.
Headstrong into the net and took the net off, but a good bit of play there, and it's livened up a bit this third period since the Sting scored that goal, so it's a bit more of a competitive game.
Having said that, it might have been number 46 Yardley, but it was one of the two, as the numbers are similar. One's 46, one's 48. Didn't quite see which one it was, but it was certainly one of the defensemen back there. As the Warriors come back out with it, the long stretch pass for Jordan Barnes to race onto, as Scott will get there first. That's going to be called for icing on the Warriors.
Be interesting to see how many icing calls there's been in this game. There's been quite a few. I mean, the second period flowed pretty well actually, but towards the end there was a lot of calls and a lot of icing calls, and there was in the first period and there has been in this period. So
it's usually the second period where the Warriors struggle, so it's interesting to see that was actually their strongest period this evening.
Yeah, it was, and it was a good period to watch from the Warriors' point of view.
Yeah, it was. As Johnson comes out with it, flicks it forward, and Ross Douglas will chase onto it, but once again another icing call, and back we go. This could be a long evening. Yeah,
another icing call. What can you say? The crowd are getting a little bit frustrated with them icing calls, but when the game actually gets going, like in this third period, it has been a good game. So hopefully they can get the breakout sorted.
Yep, Warriors win it again. Dan Pye gets back there, and of course it means the Warriors can't make a change, although to be fair, I don't think they've really done much in those few seconds between face-offs, so should be well rested. Shot from Palak, charged down by Pye. 5 back in, and then Nixon, and then Saunders with a follow-up, but some great defensive play there by Harry Harley, just eased him away as he was in the action of shooting. What a great interception that was by Harley.
Yeah, that was a great pass by number 34 there for the Sting from the back, put it to the back post, and Nixon got a good bit of meat on that shot, but Boyle made a really good save. Rebound come out, and Warriors cleared it, but it was an excellent opportunity for the Sting there, and they'll feel a little bit unlucky about that one.
Yeah, it was Marples who supplied that pass.
Yeah, great pass.
And then the cut back here. Gibson was about to shoot, but then charged down well once more by the Warriors. And then another one comes in, and that just trickled through the crease, and Boyle will cover that one up.
Bit of pressure here by the Sting, hunting for that second goal. Warriors need to be careful at this point.
Yeah, they do. 9:57 to go. Warriors 2, Sting 1. It's a very tight game, and there's nothing much between them. And if anything, the Sting can sense something on the cards here. So they've smelt blood, and they're really amping up the attacks on the Warriors as they'll come back now with Campbell. Ralph looking to carry this one out. Vital touch there, I think, by Callum Watson. Might have been Ben Campbell. And that one comes in. Boyle will touch that one up, leaves it for Maddock, comes back out. Gibson can't control, and then that's flicked in. Watson couldn't quite control. Longstaff will have to play it out to Campbell. Campbell sets it up nicely for Longstaff, and that's going to be offside on Watson, I think. He was just
he was
one
a bit
who
eager,
advanced.
bit eager to get in the zone there. Campbell was looking to play in Longstaff, who was backed up high on the play, so Watson just straddled over for the offside, but I still like that line. I like the speed of Watson and Campbell on both wings.
Yeah.
Because with Longstaff being a bit slow in his later years, it compensates, and he can always look up and make the right pass to set them away, so it's a good line, I think.
Yeah, his legs might not be what they were. Oh, that's a good shot from distance as well. Come off the blocker. His legs might not be what they were from a few years ago, but he's still got that hockey brain.
He certainly has, and that's why Campbell and Watson complement him with the speed down both wings.
Yeah, as we'll get pulled back for an icing call on the Sting with 9 minutes 11 seconds to go. Still Warriors 2, Sting 1. Got to remember the Warriors are missing a few bodies this weekend. I know Jordan Barnes has returned this evening, was unavailable last night. I think he was working, but Richie Lawson's on holiday, so is Phil Edgar. And Martin Crammond away biking this weekend, so they are short of some regular players. As Longstaff gets the cut back to Harley, he'll fire, and then a scramble in front of the net. Watson trying to get on the end of that, comes back out to Harry Harley at centre ice. He will find Campbell, he'll wind one up from out on the far side on that blue line. Sting looking to get it out. Longstaff trying to keep it in, but the Sting will just about get it out, I think, and it's flicked on once more. Score coming in that the Stars are currently leading 4-1 against Solway. So I mean, that's a massive scoreline for the Stars, it has to be said, especially given the way the Sharks have played the last couple of games against the Warriors. Not what we were expecting, I don't think, as that one comes in for Palak. Although it has to be said, the Stars do tend to take the cup seriously, and have been successful in that in the past, so maybe they feel that's their best route to silverware this season.
Yeah, good result for the Stars so far. What period is that? Is it
just the first period?
Wow. Oh well, that's it. There's still time yet for the Sharks, but that's a great start by the Stars.
Yeah, it certainly is, yeah, and we'll keep you informed of any updates on that in the remaining 8 minutes or so while we're on air. Warriors will make the draw there. They'll win the puck, get it out. Queenan finds Ross Murray. Murray will carry it in. He'll fire towards goal. Flashes just wide. As I said, Warriors really being made to work for this win this evening. And eased to a 2-goal lead, but that fluke goal really just, well, it's certainly given the Sting something to play for, as Ralph will look to carry this one out. Some good stick work there by Ross Douglas, trying to force his man into an error. Pye will check back. He will be the calm head there, just carrying it back out. Barnes gambled on the run there, but it didn't come through to him. Morris gets round Johnson and then gets a cut back from Pye. and then he tried to centre it, and that only just flashed wide there. Tried to stab that one home, the Sting, but it was on the near side. I'd like to think Paul would have had it covered, but you never know.
Yeah, it was that Palak on the back post there. Yeah, he'd be disappointed he didn't get a bit more mustard on that shot, like, but it was a good pass, and it was a definite opportunity.
Yeah, it was. Pye with the clearance comes back now for Glasby. That with the Sting coming through the centre of the play is Palak. He's, as he said, he's having a great game. He's gone down. Maddock's not happy with him. He feels he went down a little bit too easy. I did see a stick go in there though, so I mean I didn't get a good look at it. But
yeah, he could have crossed Maddock there. Maddock hardly made any contact. He was looking for the penalty. He did go down with the footballer mentality. I don't think he was impeded that much.
No,
that's why Maddock was so upset about it. But once again, it's just showing you that you can sort of try and buy penalties these days with the way the rules are going.
Yeah, like you say, that's the way it's gone. Very much gone that footballer mentality, as he said. Hooking call on Maddock. Well, he certainly didn't hook him. I mean, there was a stick came across him. It was a bit of a soft call in my opinion, but there you go.
Very soft, very soft.
As Greetown's tussling away there, doing well to try and tussle his man off the puck. Him and Lashak having a good battle all evening. Lashak's gone down now, and great to see a bit of fight in the Warriors' end. The puck just flicked through there, went under Boyle, but wide, only just wide though, as Ben Campbell looks to take it out. But great play. I think it was Gibson who kept it in there. Or was it Scott maybe? Scott on the point who kept it in.
Yeah, Nixon had a shot there before, good shot, low in front of the net, and I'm not sure, but the Sting player was right in front, deflected it, and it just missed the post by maybe a couple of inches, so it was a good attempt there.
Yes, it was.
Well covered though by Boyle.
Yeah, it's in the corner now. Warriors doing well, just keep the puck high up in that corner, away from their own crease, and there's just over a minute left on this Sting power play as Saunders carries it in, dumps it off, and Dan Pye should get there first, which he'll blast around the boards. Watson will wait for it to try and come out and clear it further, which he does. That forces Ralph to check back. 50 seconds left now on the Sting power play. Ralph will carry it back forward. Pye comes across and blasts it down, and that will allow Queenan to chase onto. Queenan will collect his own pass. Look to maybe set up Jordan Barnes here, but he went for a shot on the near side. That will go straight into the glove of Winters, but I mean it all helps, doesn't it, just getting the puck away from their own net.
Yeah, didn't have much options there, Queenan. I mean Barnes was up with him, but he wasn't in a position to take a pass, so he had to go on his own, and it was another decent save by the Sting keeper.
Yeah, I'll use this opportunity quickly just to say congratulations to you, Audie. You got married over the summer, and well, you're going to be an honest man now, aren't you?
Well, that's it. Yeah, it was a low-key event which suited me fine.
But congratulations to the pair of you.
Thanks a lot.
And good to see you so happy as well, as the Sting will dump that one back in, and we'll get a call of icing on them. So that will relieve the pressure on the Warriors somewhat more. 21 seconds left on this Sting power play now. Still Warriors 2, Sting 1 with just over 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, the ice is not really holding up. That's what's happened in the last two periods, where the game does slow down in these last sort of 8 minutes.
Yeah.
It gets a lot more bobbly on the stick handling.
Yeah, it does, as Palak looked to go around his man, and it does seem to be the neutral zone and the Warriors defensive zone which is most hit by this standing water more than the Sutton zone. So that'll be carried back out. Warriors return to full strength, and Maddock goes straight back to the bench as Warriors will dump that back in. That's to be called for icing with 4:45 to go now.
Yeah, another icing call. It's getting all too often. Face off back in the Warriors zone, and maybe a last little shot from the Sting in these last 4.5 minutes. All to play for, really.
Yeah, as Saunders will go in for the draw against David Longstaff. Lobby wins it. That will come back for Warriors in a bit. Nixon was just nipped in behind there and got a shot away. And I'll tell you what, that's another smart stop by Boyle, because that was right point blank range.
Yeah, he managed to walk in from the wing there, Nixon, all the way around the back of the circle and have a pretty much free shot, but Boyle had the angle covered. Good save, and it'll be a face-off back in the Warriors zone.
Yeah, Saunders wins a draw, gets it across to Nixon, but Greetown's looking to play it out, which he does. Comes to Scott, he'll dump it back in. Dan Pye comes across as well. He will pick out Greetown's. Just unfortunate bounce comes off the heel of Greetown's, but the big Latvian defenceman was able to recover and clear it. Comes back out the zone. Murray couldn't quite help it along. And then Greetown's across to Murray as well. And then a bit of a delayed reaction there. As first Yardley loses his footing, and then I think he tripped, or inadvertently tripped Murray on the way through as well. Just over 4 minutes to go now. Warriors 2, Sting 1. As it's won back by Ben Campbell. Campbell looking for an option here, passing option. Queenan's out on this line now rather than Callum Watson. And Campbell is trying to be eased off the puck, but his upper body strength sees him get his shot away. Rebound comes out to David Longstaff. And still with Lobby. He will get it behind the net for Campbell. Will he go near side? He will, but he's got it well covered as Winters. And they've got that one cleared, and then Palak's just gone through the back of Maddock there. Forces the rebound, forces the turnover, and they've scored off the back of it for Sting. And there's going to be hell on here, as the Warriors will not be happy about the way that goal came about.
Yeah,
clear shove in the back.
It was a shove. Sorry, it was a shove in the back, and the way the calls have went this game, you would expect that to be called. It wasn't called, and it was a slick 2-on-1, disposed well. But like I say, the referees showed some inconsistency there.
Yeah, and I mean, it really came about when Lashak went through the back of Maddock. No cool, they played on, the Sting played on, and it was it was a nice pass that came about.
Yeah, it was finished well, good 2-on-1, and left Boyle with no chance, but it's all to play for now with 3:23 to go.
Yeah, it was a 2-on-0, wasn't it? So he, like you say, had no chance. But just like they did last week against the Solway Sharks, the Warriors have thrown a 2-goal lead away, and well, God forbid if this goes into overtime once more. Greetowns fires one in. The Warriors have really got to dig deep here to find something. As Smedley couldn't keep that one in, he'll check back. Warriors will retreat. Nixon confirmation with the goal, and Scott Morris with the assist. And Adrian Pallett with the second one.
Nixon's been looking dangerous actually this third period. He's been involved with a lot of the opportunities the Stings had, so he'll be happy to get up there on the score sheet.
Yeah, well, that's right. They've mixed the lines up a little bit with Pallett, Nixon and Morris all playing on different lines early in the game, and they've combined well for that goal. As that one comes through to Boyle to cover up. 2:58 to go. It's now Warriors 2, Sting 2.
I did mention in the second period that there was only one team in this, and how wrong I was. It can change in a minute.
Just shows you, doesn't it?
It does, yeah.
It's been a pattern, I think, by the Warriors where they have a strong opening 30 minutes, but then they seem to ease off in the final 30 minutes and just allow teams back into it. It was the same down in Sheffield last week against Sutton, and then we saw it last week here against Solway. And seemingly for a first straight game, it's happened once more, so that one will be gathered once again by Marples as he brings it through. 3 times will check back. That will be called for icing on the Sting. 2:26 to go now.
It's the first time I've really heard the crowd into it tonight, because they know that it's getting towards the end of the game. They're getting behind their team, which is good to hear.
Team really need the crowd behind them now, especially to having seen that lead evaporate once more. They need that support, and if we are to head into an overtime once more, well, I don't even want to watch, to be honest.
It has been quite quiet actually, the crowd this game, but it's nice to hear them getting behind the team, because it really counts at this point of the game.
It certainly does, as we'll go in for a face-off. Longstaff with the draw. Sting will come out with it. They'll flick it forward. 2:20 to go now. Warriors 2, Sting 2. Harley across to Campbell as Pallett comes across, and that was a good hit by him actually.
Pure suicide pass as well by Howie Harley.
It was, yeah.
the Sting guy did line him up very well.
He did, yeah. Longstaff setting up Harley there, long shot from distance, sailed over the top of Winters there, but he made the save anyway. Richards now carrying it in. Can he get a shot away? He's getting eased away by Scott, so his shooting angle's gone down. He'll send it across to Barnes on the opposite side. Less than 2 minutes to go now as Sting will clear it. Smedley will drop back. He's got Richards and Johnson with him in support. Barnes further up the ice, and it's Barnes who he picks up. And then Queenan will chase onto that dump in. A minute 30 to go now as time's ticking on. If the Warriors can get a late winner, Maddock sends it behind the boards for Barnes, and then Queenan back to Jordan Barnes, and then Morris. That's cleared only as far as Carl Ross, who sends it back in. Barnes will leave it for Queenan. That's tangled up along the boards. Then Barnes will come in and finish the hit on Scott. Queenan gets it back in the corner. Just over a minute to go now. Warriors 2, Sting 2. Jordan Barnes with Yardley going with him in that corner. He's got Lashek there to help him out for the Sting, and then we'll get a whistle on the play for a dead puck with just over 50 seconds to go.
Yeah, important last minute for the Warriors here with the face-off in the Sting zone. Be nice for a win on the face-off and get a bit of rubber down on that Sting goal. So it's all to play for here in the last 50 seconds.
Yes, it is, as David Longstaff will take the draw. He's got Callum Watson and Ben Campbell with him. Rollins Greetans and Harry Harley on the point. So, and then Watson going after Tom Ralph there. Ralph getting pushed away by one of his teammates. I didn't see what led to it, but Watson clearly not happy with him and sticks flying.
It's another pretty shabby call by Emerson there with the interference. It was a 50-50 battle for a loose puck, and that's going to hurt the Warriors in this last 40 odd seconds. And
then some in overtime as well, because Watson's a pacey player who you'd want on the 3-on-3.
Yeah, Emerson's had a bad game tonight. He normally does well, but he's had a shocker tonight.
Yeah, well, he normally has the likes of Mark Bone and Craig Davison as his linesmen who help him out quite well, as Boner did last night up in Dumfries, as Warriors have called a timeout here. At least I'm assuming it's the Warriors that have called it. But yeah, I mean, two new linesmen he's working with this evening, I believe, from Scotland, which if you're not quite got that working relationship with them, it might not have you. But Watson having a word with Emerson here. He's in the box, but the door's open, and he's having a lengthy conversation while his teammates are having his time out.
It was a 50-50 challenge for a loose puck. How we could give it to one or the other, it's beyond me. So.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see what happened before that. I just seen the reaction from Watson as he cross-checked his opposite number at the Sting, but I mean, something obviously had gone on before that as well. So
Longstaff won the puck off the face-off. It was at the feet, and they both went from the side of the face-off circle, and they were both just tussling. Basically, it was they were both on it.
Back underway. Campbell gets the puck from the win by David Longstaff. Well, thinking about it, they're
happy to look for the point. They're happy for overtime.
Yeah, just thinking about it here, this power play is going to continue into overtime here.
Yeah, it will do, yeah.
So this is exactly what the Warriors didn't want. And well, they've really hit the self-destruct button again this evening, haven't they? With like you say, some bad calls, but either way, it's gone against the Warriors. And the Sting are going to get probably about 70 seconds, you'd say, on the. And that come from distance. I think that might have come off the face cage of Boyle there. Probably should have been a stoppage on the play, but they've allowed the play on, and with 3 seconds to go, this should just about do it for regulation time. Indeed it is, and we will get 73 seconds of a Sting power play on the 3-on-3 overtime.
Yeah, this game's been flipped on its head. I mean, like you say, there has been some bad calls, but the Warriors should have put this game to bed early doors. There was only one team in it for the first period and a half, really. And they haven't had the rub of the green, but they should have put this game to bed, and they've let the Sting back into this, who'll be very happy with the way this game's played out up to now.
Yeah, they will, absolutely they will. And we get a very short sort of time out now in between the end of regulation and the start of a 3-on-3 overtime. Of course, we were in this position last week against the Solway Sharks, so anyone listening last week should know the drill by now. It's 3-on-3 overtime, although the fact that the Sting have this power play means they will have a 4th skater, because a team can't drop down to 2 skaters, that would just be daft. So it's they essentially play with 4-on-3, and then assuming they haven't scored when Watson comes out the box, the teams will revert to 4-on-4 until there's a stoppage in play, and then they'll come off to the a 3-on-3. So hopefully you're with me on that one.
Yeah, well, it's nail-biting stuff. It started off quite a quiet game, but getting a little bit of a climax and give the fans something to cheer about, hopefully, at the end of this period of overtime.
Yeah, and 5 minutes goes up on the clock then, period number 4, and well, here we go.
Getting their extra pound on the ticket price for this season, for the last couple of home games.
They really have, haven't they? Yeah, some exciting finishes, but like you say, Dan, it's 2 weeks in a row really where the Warriors should have had the job done. Well, they did have the job done, they had the game won, but here we are again, and it's very much the visitors who are in the ascendancy now. Yeah,
definitely, with the comeback that they've materialised, they're definitely in the driving seat really. It's Warriors who are feeling a bit upset about the way the game's gone at the moment.
Yeah, so Warriors who, interestingly, are first out on the ice. Watson's gone back to the penalty box, but we've got David Longstaff, Harry Harley and Ben Campbell out there, which I believe is the same trio that started against the Sharks last weekend. And well, we've got 2 Sting players out there. We've got Tom Ralph, and it looks like Adrian Palak out there. I think Morris is out there as well, and Lloyd Gibson. So that looks a starting 4 for the Sting. And yeah, I mean, you know, it's pretty much your senior trio here, isn't it? Your leading goal scorer in David Longstaff. You got your star player in Ben Campbell and Harry Hardy, who is the offensive-minded defenseman. So it's a good-looking, really starting 3 for Warriors, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, with 1 minute 13 to kill off the penalty as well. It's nail-biting stuff. I was thinking about the Sting's goalkeeper for man of the match, and I seen him take his helmet off there, and I seen how terrible his hairdo was. I think it's just dropped down the list.
Yeah, it's worse than Stevie Moore's, isn't it? Looks like Guy Fawkes.
Yeah, looks like he could do with a triple of the barbers.
You see how he does, yeah. I think he tied up into a top knot after the game last week when I saw him after the game. As Warriors come out with it then, Harry Harley. Warriors, well, I was going to say they'll probably be better off keeping possession of it. They'll fire it down. That will class as a shot on goal with Ben Campbell closing in on them. Digs it out the corner. Sting looking to get it out the zone, which they have now done. Gibson checks it back to Ralph. Ralph forward to Palak. He's got Morris alongside him. Palak carries it in. Deflected shot. I think it came off the back of Ben Campbell. Goes into the corner. Campbell will blast it clear. And there's about 46 seconds left on this Sting power play. Ralph will gather. Deep is in his own zone. Plays it out to Gibson. And then Morris will Palak. He allows Palak to go by him. And then Gritans with a great stop there as Palak was in full flow. Warriors get it down the other end of the ice.
Good defending by Gritans there to stop Palak. He was flying there.
He certainly was, yeah. 22 seconds left on this Sting power play now. As Ralph fakes the shot as he carries it into the zone. Takes Harley with him into the corner. Campbell will blast it around. Pretty much kept those 2 out there, Campbell and Harley, on this penalty kill. As Craig Johnson's out there as well as the additional defenseman. And then the shot, the one-timer from Ralph. Palak in front of the net, then gets it back to Ralph again, and then the shot, and then Nixon even. And then that's covered up as the Warriors come back to full strength. But as there's a stoppage on the play, it means that both sides will drop to 3-on-3.
2 big opportunities for Nixon there. He'd be disappointed. He fanned on both of them really. Didn't get no muscle at all on the shots, which is good in the Warriors' eyes. But Nixon's looking a little bit depleted there. 2 really good opportunities, and he didn't capitalise on them.
That's right, and we'll get a face-off to the left of Jordan Boyle's goal. Looks like Kyle Ross is going to take the draw, is he, for a Warrior? Gritans was thinking about it for a second there. Kyle Ross and Scott Morris are going to take the draw here. Morris wins it, heavy touch sees it, comes back behind the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be Gritans who has it. He's got Callum Queenan with him. Queenan, who's another fast skater, sends it back to Gritans. Gritans carries it forward, takes it into his zone as Palak is all over him. Gritans maybe looking to lay it off here, flicks it back to Queenan, and then Queenan back to Gritans. Warriors cycling it well here, the first time shot from Carl Ross, and then that the break here Scott just tips it out into the Warriors zone. Greetans will drop back. Just over 3 minutes left on this overtime period. Greetans finds Ben Campbell streaking forward on the right wing. Campbell looking for some support here. He's only Warrior in there. He's asked to check back there, and that means Watson has to come out the zone as well, as he was in offside position. But Harry Harley has it back. He'll drop behind the net. I don't know what the Warriors would prefer here. Maybe try and win it in overtime or take it to penalties, but penalty shots. But either way, they're not in any real rush. They're trying to play it calm at the back here as Lloyd Gibson goes round Harley, and then the cut back, and then Harley will collect that, sitting nicely in the slot. Harley, can he carry it forward here? He's going to fire it in on goal. A rising shot comes back off a plexi, but that falls nicely for Callum Watson, who follows it up, hits the base of the post. 2:28 to go in this overtime period.
Yeah, Harley had a long shift there. He's been on since the beginning, so yeah, had to take a change there.
Yeah, it's back with the Sting then as they try and play it out from deep in their own zone. Lashek has it now, the second of the Slovakian imports that they have on their team. And then, comedy of errors there as
Laurel and Hardy tried to break out the puck there.
Yeah, Payet and just collided with somebody, one of his own teammates. A shot coming in from the side, but that's turned away by Boyle. And now the Warriors looking to try and break out if they can. Johnson slips it forward to Ben Campbell. He's got Queenan with him, and that's a marginal call for offside. I don't think that was off there.
I think it was. Campbell did just make his move on the blue line. I mean, it was a quick bit of passage of play, but it was very close. The linesman had a better view than us, but Campbell did check his speed on the blue, which is always a bad thing to do.
Yeah, we've got a face-off just outside the Sutton zone. Carl Ross wins it, but it comes back to Morris, and Ross wins a turnover, and Watson was right with him, and he tried the cut back there to find Watson, but put far too much mustard on it, and it came back out. Scott will gather for the Sting as they'll look to try and play this out. They're cycling it well in their own zone, actually very confidently done. As collision in front of the Warriors bench sees Watson go down, and we'll get a whistle on the play. Longstaff isn't happy, he's got his arms in the air just to say, why have you called that? 1:20 to go in the overtime period.
Yeah, the linesmen don't let the puck be challenged for very much against the boards. They're full of this game. I mean, they call it as a dead puck pretty quickly.
Yeah.
They don't let it play very much. The face-off will actually be at the centre face-off spot, so I don't know.
Yeah, they've probably realised they've pulled that one up a little bit.
The ball.
Yeah. As it's won by Campbell, but Gibson gets it straight back in, and he's set up Lashek here. He's checking back though. Some good defensive play by Queenan, and then the Warriors could stop as Campbell will streak forward on the right wing. He cuts back inside Tom Relf. He'll leave it for Queenan. Queenan back to Campbell, but Campbell wasn't really looking. I mean, he was heading back to the bench, but bit of an unfortunate play there as Queenan thought he was setting his man back up. Queenan will drop behind his own net now. He'll pick out Craig Johnson. He's got Callum Watson streaking forward, and pick him out nicely if Watson can get on the end of it, but he will need to rely on his teammates getting up with him, and then tries to go near post for Callum Watson, and then the cutback comes out with 38 seconds to go. Carl Ross comes back across for the Warriors. He will drop back into the Warriors zone now as he carries it forward. He's got David Longstaff up with him. Carl Ross will carry it in. Longstaff with him. Carl Ross, can he go around his man? Lashek is easing him into the corner.
Drawn a penalty though, Carl Ross there. There's been a hook, I think it was a hook on him.
Yeah, the extra man's come on now, Ben Campbell, and the whistle's gone. But yeah, either way, we'll end it with, is it just under 20 seconds to go of a power play? It's not going to be much for the Warriors, but well, it's better than nothing, I suppose, as Lashek goes into the box. Well, what it means is, as well, is because he's one of the imports, the second import, Adrian Palak, can't be on the ice for these remaining seconds, so that's vital as well.
It was a clever penalty by Lashek there, because Kyle Ross was away around the outside and he was about to shoot. It was a sensible penalty to take that. It stopped him from shooting and really put him off his stride, so it was a clever penalty to take that.
And not much time left either for the Warriors to capitalise on it, which I think he realises. I think the Sutton Sting have now called a timeout. Yeah,
it was an educated penalty, and probably really important penalty to take.
And David Longstaff's got the whiteboard out here and the marker pen. He's showing his teammates where to line up on this power play. This is vitally important, of course, that the Warriors win the draw and then, try and get a shot on goal as quickly as possible, really.
Yes, I mean, what was it, 20 seconds left we've got?
Yeah, just under 19 point something, I think it is.
You maybe get a couple of shots. The win's vital. Winning the face-off is vital. Yeah, and Longstaff is generally good at winning these face-offs.
Indeed, yeah.
So we'll see how it goes, but they can maybe get a couple of quick opportunities here as long as Longstaff wins the face-off.
He's got Ben Campbell alongside him with Harry Harley and Rollins Greetons with him as well on the point. Greetons looks like he's going to go up as the in the wing position on this face-off draw, with Harley as the last man. And Longstaff goes in for the draw then up against Morris. And Longstaff wins it, but it goes behind Morris, allows Ralph to recover. 16 seconds to go, and the Sting have got it cleared all the way back down. It means the Warriors will have to come back. Have they got time for one final push with less than 10 seconds to go? The long pass out to Campbell, who finds Longstaff straddling the blue line, and then nicely set up for Greetons. Can he shoot? He fires just over the top, but well worked play by the Warriors, and that's going to do it then for the overtime period. We're going to have penalty shots here, shootout. There's a cacophony of noise going around the rink as well, and Rollins collects it at centre ice. Left-handed shot. Will he get his shot away? Goes backhanded. He scores! Smazzy bar Rollins.
Yes, nice drop of the shoulder there. Greetons, composed, cool. Obviously the ice is terrible, but it managed to sit down for him, and he got a good backhand finish. Beat the keeper with the drop of the shoulder. Good finish there.
Yeah, great finish. It's going to be Scott Morris's turn now for the Sting. He checks over with Alexander, the linesman, before collecting the puck. It gets away from him. Will he get the shot away? He does, and he finds the back of the net as well. Boyle was aggressive out of his crease there, but just slotted it on the left-hand side.
And just like I said before the penalty shot started, the ice is much better in the Sting's favour. The puck moves a lot faster, and it was actually the speed of the move that beat Boyle there. So that will be another uphill climb for the Warriors.
Yeah, it will. It's Ben Campbell's turn now as he collects at centre ice, takes it towards the left. He's going to cut back inside. Has he overrun it? No, and the net's been kicked off. But I think Ben had probably just underhit it anyway. But either way, that's not a goal for the Warriors.
If you notice the way Campbell comes through the wet patch of the ice as well, Greetons done the same. They have to come down where the ice is wet for the puck to flow a bit better, but it was unlucky by Campbell. He had beat the keeper, but he didn't just get enough mustard on the shot. Yeah,
Lloyd Gibson now, as he will collect the puck at centre ice. Puck bubbles up on him a little bit. Again, Boyle comes out, but he stops it this time, and that was a great stop by Jordan Boyle, who Gibson actually put the rebound home, but of course, once the puck's been stopped and touched by the goalie, that's the end of the shot.
Yeah, Boyle stood strong there. I mean, the bubble straight away when the Sting player set off, I think, put him off a little bit. Good save by Boyle, and all even Stevens again.
Harry Harley then with the third attempt by the Warriors. Collects it at centre ice. He's gone out wide to the right hand side. Puck just got away from him. Can he get the shot away? And it slipped through. It rolled off the pad of Winters.
So then he hasn't touched it. He's left it. No goal.
They've not given it. No.
It was on the line. He even left it. It was on the line now. He even left it so the referee could come and see. I think Harley made a bad decision going down the dry bit of the ice. You've seen it bubbling all over. Like I say, the Warriors need to use the little bit of wet ice that they have, like Greetons and Campbell did.
Yeah, Tom Ralph now, if he scores here, he wins it for the Sting. Boyle well out of his crease this time, closing down the angle, and he saves it. And the Warriors will live to fight another day, and we will go into sudden death shootout.
Yeah, it was absolutely no glitter on that penalty shot there. The slow move, straight down the middle, didn't try and open the angle of the goal up, and it was a pretty bad penalty shot, which is good for the Warriors.
Now, because everyone's took a shot each, they can elect to shoot again, so Rollins Greetons will have his second attempt. I mean, theoretically, if they wanted Rollins to take every shot, if it went for another 10 rounds, they could allow him to do so. So it doesn't matter now. You have to pick 3 different ones to begin with, but now anyone can take as many as they want. So Rollins collects the puck at centre ice. He goes the same route as he did on the last shot. Cuts back inside and he scores! Smazzy Bar Rollins!
Yes, lovely move with the old drop of the shoulder, one-hand finish. A classic in the penalty shootout game, and shows his experience and his quality with that finish.
Absolutely, you can tell he's played at a higher level when he finishes like that. He just sent him one way and sent the puck the other. As Morris collects now for the Sting. Boyle comes out. He saves, and the Warriors win it. And they've finally broken the hoodoo, and they've won a game in a shootout.
Yes. Once again, Boyle stood strong there. It was a pretty bad penalty shot with no speed, no deke. But Warriors come out on top, and I think it deserved winners really. They made it hard for themselves once again. But the crowd are happy, and they got their money's worth tonight in the end.